Before I get to the video, just a quick update on the channel. 6,899 subscribers as I record this, 101 away from the next big goal of 7,000. So once again, big thanks to everybody. You've all helped me, and 101. Can we do it before the game starts on Tuesday? Let's hope so. Right, on to the game. Real Madrid, the arch rivals, the arch enemy, our nemesis over the years, and a team we beat 2-0 at home at the same stage of the same tournament almost exactly 1 year ago. So we had their number last year. We outplayed them, we outfought them, and we outshot them in that game. And guess what? We got a clean sheet in that game as well, with the exact same back four that we just got a clean sheet, the first one in 9 games against Aston Villa. And Alisson was out. So we had Kvim Kelleher in goal last season. We got Mamardashvili in goal this season. The midfield in that game last season was McAllister, Gravenberch and Jones, with Szoboszlai on the bench. Now, with the form that Szoboszlai is in at the moment, he's not going to be on the bench. So you could say that we're going into this game with an even stronger midfield than we had last season. Up front, last season, we had Mo, Darwin and Lucho. This time, if Arne, I said it right, sticks to what he normally does, it may well be Mo, Ekitike and Gakpo, with the possibility that Wirtz might start in this one. I've got a feeling he may start this game. And if he does go with that trio, well, you can have no complaints over how they played the other day, because Mo Salah was very much back to his best, by far the best performance of his season, and he made the 250 club alongside only 2 other Reds, Sir Roger Hunt and Ian Rush. And let's be honest, games like this are made for Mo Salah. He loves nothing more than these huge games and to extend his record in Europe even further. He has 46 goals for Liverpool in the Champions League. The next best is 30, Steven Gerrard. And you just know that Mo is itching to get to 50. So there you go, Mo. 1 or 2 more in this game wouldn't go amiss. As far as Ugo Ekitike goes, I just sense a confidence and belief in this lad that he thinks he can do anything, and that he'll want to put on a show against one of the best teams in the world. His confidence and his mentality just seem built for games like this, and I can't wait to see him in it, assuming he starts, which I think he will. And Cody Gakpo, I was so much more impressed with his performance the other day, not because of his technical skill, he's always got that, but because of what he did off the ball, because of his fight. And that's what we're going to need in this game, which I'll get to in a minute. So what about Real Madrid? So far this season, they played 11 league games, won 10 and lost 1. In the Champions League, they've played 3 and won 3. So they've won 13 of the 14 games, losing only 1. In La Liga, they're 5 points clear of Barca in second and 8 points clear of the team in third place. They've scored 26 and conceded 10. So whichever way you look at this, this is a team banging form with results that are pretty ominous. Their 3 Champions League wins came against Kairat, which was a gimme really. They beat Marseille 2-1, but they won that game with 2 Mbappe penalties, so didn't score a goal from open play. And then they beat Juventus at home 1-0. But although they only won 1-0 in that game, they had 28 shots with 10 on target, and Juve were really never in the game. So as I say, that's formidable form, and when you look at it against our recent form, it doesn't make good reading, does it? But that Villa win and that performance was just what the doctor ordered, and it came at just the right time. It gives the lads a confidence that would have been severely lacking had we not performed in that game and that miserable run had continued, but it didn't. They were on it, and now they're going to be so much more confident and ready to face this Madrid team. And there is no doubt that this Madrid team, as good as they are, will remember what happened to them here last season. They know what it's like to face Liverpool under the lights at Anfield on a European night, and they will not be looking forward to it. You can guarantee that. In fact, last season, when I said we bossed them and we outplayed them, we outshot them, they only managed 2 shots on target in the entire game. We had 16 shots to their 7. We had 7 on target to their 2. So they didn't really show up. And that kind of mentality and that kind of lesson that they were taught last season will stick with them. Now, in terms of their threat, there's absolutely no doubt at all who it is. Kylian Mbappe, he's played 10 league games this season and scored 11 times. In all competitions, he's got an incredible 18. Their next threat is Vinicius Jr. He's got 5 in the league, but he's also got 5 overall in all competitions. So Mbappe with 18 is far and away their biggest threat. Vinicius Jr. is the next with 5. After that, their highest goal scorer has 3. So I have a really good mate over in Spain, and he's a die-hard Madrid fan. So I asked him, right, what should Liverpool fear and what are Real Madrid's weaknesses? And his answer was interesting. Of course, he said Mbappe is currently playing at the peak of his powers, and so Liverpool have to stop him. But he didn't actually say that we need to stop Mbappe himself. What he said we need to do is that we need to stop his supply line, because he relies heavily on the service of Arda Güler and Bellingham. He said, nullify those 2 and you nullify Mbappe, because he relies so much on the service that they provide. Now, Arda Güler is only 20 years of age, so I don't care how good he is. He's going to be intimidated by this Liverpool midfield and by the cauldron that is the Anfield atmosphere, and we've got to play on that. But those 3, McAllister, Szoboszlai and Gravenberch, assuming they're the 3 that start, have to swamp those 2. Nullify them and we nullify Mbappe. And that has to start by swamping them early on, from the very beginning of the game, not giving them a moment, not giving them time to settle, because they're not used to that in La Liga. They're used to getting their own way. They're used to having time. And even in European games, they're used to having time. They can't be allowed any time on the ball in this one. Threat number 2 is Vinicius Jr., who is a mix of brilliance and inconsistency. And again, my mate's advice is to simply mark him out the game. But mark him out the game calmly. Don't get involved in his shenanigans. Don't wind him up, because if you wind him up, he tends to feed on that, and he ups his game. But if you just mark him out the game with no fuss, he tends to disappear. So the answer for him is just frustrate him. If he tries anything, just get up, smile, walk away, and move on. Let him get more and more irritated, and let him disappear from the game. It's exactly how to needle him, and it's exactly how to nullify his threat. And don't forget, this advice comes from somebody who watches Vinicius Jr. week in, week out. And of course, who's got that job? Very likely Conor Bradley. The same Conor Bradley who made one of the tackles of the century last season on Kylian Mbappe. And you can guarantee that Vinicius Jr. and Mbappe are well aware of Conor Bradley. I have no doubt that Vinicius Jr. is not relishing the idea of facing up to the aggression and no-nonsense approach of Conor. So all we have to do is cut out the supply line to Mbappe and nullify Vinicius Jr. And that's it, right? See, that easy? I wish it was that easy. But they are by far and away Madrid's number 1 and number 2 threats. As I say, outside of those 2, the most goals scored by any Madrid player is 3 all season. Now, for all of their superb form, 13 wins in 14 games, the one defeat that they had, we may be able to read something into, because they lost to Atletico in the Madrid derby, and they didn't just lose, they lost 5-2. And what is it that Atletico Madrid bring that almost none of their other opponents bring? Fight, heart, desire, hitting them, not giving them time, not giving them space, and they beat them 5-2. So maybe it's a bit of evidence right there that Real don't really like it when they don't get their own way, and you're not given any space and they're not given any time, and they're faced with the physical stuff. Now, I'm not suggesting we turn into Atletico for the night by any stretch, but I am suggesting that we are up for every challenge and that we fight for every area of the pitch, and we do not give them any time. We need the team to feed the crowd's emotion and the crowd's emotion to feed the team, just like it is on European nights every time at Anfield. Do that and I'm absolutely certain we will have this Madrid team rattled. One other factor worth considering here is, are Madrid going to come into this game full on? Because they've already got 9 points out of 9. And if you were to ask them right now, if you were to give them a draw, I think they'd happily take it. So are they going to come in all gung-ho trying to win this game? I'm not sure they are. Now, you might disagree with me on this one, but when you got 9 points out of 9 and you know it's not a must-win, it's a game you want to win, but it's not an absolute must-win. It does change the mentality and it does change the approach. And so we may not see Madrid at their best in terms of them going forward as an attacking force. It's just a thought I've had, where a team is comfortably placed with maximum points versus ourselves, who really do need the points, because if we were to lose this game, it would be 6 points from 4 games. We'd be looking at potentially only qualifying with the extra qualification rounds, and we'd also be looking over our shoulder. Madrid are comfortable, but if we win this game, we go level with them, 9 points each. So I'm not sure they're going to come all guns blazing. I think they might come with a more pragmatic approach and try to escape this game with a draw. But we'll see, I might be wrong. But of course, it's Real Madrid, and you can't underestimate them. They have this uncanny knack of getting results even when they don't deserve them. And of course, it's Real Madrid, so it's, I don't know, there's more to this game than there is to most others. And of course, beating these just feels like more than 3 points. Beating Real Madrid becomes a statement win, and it's a win where you look back and go, we've just beaten one of the best teams in the world. And you add that to the Villa result, and this becomes a huge springboard for our season and puts us in really good shape mentally for the upcoming challenge in Manchester City. So come on, lads, do everything we can, put it in to make sure that we put these to the sword and we get that win. So bring them on. Let's see if they have the bottle to handle this Anfield crowd and this atmosphere, and let's see if they've got the capability of handling what is hopefully a full-on Liverpool team. I'll see you after the game. You'll never walk alone. Cheers. Ta-ra.